Hey, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, the market has been selling off on above average volume, and we saw a pretty deep retracement into the 38.11 quarter to 15 quarter area, which was an important short-term inflection point, and so far responsive buyers have been active there. Now, despite the overnight bearishness, heading into the open, our short-term bias is going to be neutral, while the intermediate will be neutral bullish. And how the market behaves at the 38.11 quarter to 15.75 initial support is going to help set the bias on the day. As long as buyers can hold ES above initial support, there would still be potential for at least a short-term bounce back up into pre-market resistance as well as the initial resistance zone. Now, on the upside, the first short-term inflection point is this pre-market resistance zone, which is being tested right now. If ES can take that area out, then it would open the door to test the 30.5 to 32.5 initial resistance, which is the upside objective in the event that buyers can hold ES above initial support, and then above that, we start running into better and more important resistance at 38.36 to 40 and 41.75. So as long as buyers can hold ES above initial support, we could see a move back up towards initial resistance where sellers can be active on first test, but the more important resistance where sellers are more likely to be active is 38.36 to 40 and 41.75, and a successful breakout above 38.41.75 would be a bullish indication. It would tell us that buyers are now firmly back in control. It would invalidate the overnight breakdown attempt, and from there, ES can go back up into the previous VPOC and close, as well as the overnight high, and potentially even higher. But given that it's a Friday and we're heading into the weekend, I wouldn't really be expecting or pushing for too much higher beyond 41.75. So on the upside, sellers can be active at 38.36 to 40 and 41.75, and that area might even prove to be a good shorting opportunity first time up, but that's something that will depend on the real-time and intraday momentum situation. If the market is moving back up on some really big and sustained upside momentum, then ES could get closer to 38.40 and 41.75 before we get a sell response, and if the momentum is not quite there, then sellers could step in at 38.36 or possibly even at the initial resistance zone, but the initial resistance calls for caution as far as shorting is concerned. Now, on the downside, a break and hold below initial support would serve as an intraday bearish confirmation, which could result in a test of the 38.02 quarter to 07 quarter area, where buyers may step in, but that's something that we will have to assess in real time. And then below that, we have support at 37.94.75 to 97.75, where again, buyers can be active. And then we have even more important support at 37.85 half to 90 half, where again, buyers can be active on first test. So given the recent larger time frame upside move, we have to be careful on the short side because larger time frame buyers can step in at pretty much any of these support areas below. And we would need to see trend down type internals in order for ES to just continue selling off without putting in at least some intraday bounces and reactions off of these support zones. I think it's also going to be helpful to keep an eye on the Russell. That's the market that has been leading to the downside, and it is now pulling back into some pretty decent support as well. So in the Russell on the downside, we have support at 2104 to 2108, and then below that, we have even better support at 2088 to 2095. So if the Russell is short-term exhausted into one of its own respective areas of support, and at the same time ES is also testing a support zone, then there would be a higher probability of buyers stepping in both markets. So even though there could be some good shorting opportunities today, we just have to be more selective and cautious on the short side because of the overall bullish environment. So that is the market context heading into the open. Let's see if buyers can hold ES above initial support and how the market behaves at the pre-market resistance zone, that's going to provide a good indication of which side is being dominant during the regular trading hours session, and we will take it from there.